Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gun Shop. I'm Guns for Hire, and this is baffling to me. For those of you that don't know, a lot of people were tweeting this over the weekend, over the last few days. A lot of people have early copies of Call of Duty Ghosts, and what was noticed in there was something that was missing, and that is search and destroy in the actual public multiplayer playlist. Now, it's available in the private playlist, but not in the public list. And this is baffling. People are losing their crap. They've got petitions saying, bring it back, bring it back. I don't know if it's going to be there. I'm not signing any of them, and if you want to do that, if you want to try and bring them back, you know, by all means, go do so. Maybe if you yell, maybe if the people's voices is loud enough, it will work. But, I mean, I look at it as it's the company. They've made a choice. They're going to do it. I don't understand it. I don't support it personally, but it is what it is, and that's what they've done. Here's the thing, search and destroy is the second, I believe the second, if not depending on which version of Call of Duty you bought, at least the third, no less than the third most played game mode in Call of Duty multiplayer. You have TDM first, then you have search and destroy, and then I believe it's domination. And it's also part of the competitive, MLG and stuff like that. It's in the rotation. Why, Infinity Ward, why are you removing one of the most popular game modes, the second most popular game mode, to replace it? Here's the thing, and I understand and I acknowledge the fact that you have new game modes, you know what I mean, that you want to put in there. And I like some of them. I'm excited to play them. But they're experimental. No one's played them a lot. No one knows. You haven't received any feedback in terms of how much people like them. If people do end up liking search and rescue, which is in the playlist, obviously has been swapped for it, your new baby. I know you want to promote it. I know you want people to play it, but to swap them there, I don't get it. It's experimental. You don't know if the general public are actually going to want to play that more than search and destroy. Maybe they hate it, and you've just tarnished, you've just ruined an online experience. We're not talking about a game that's, in 8th place. You're going to remove something, if anything, get rid of headquarters or whatever. I know a lot of people play headquarters and stuff, but I'm talking about something that's the second most played game list. That's like getting rid of TDM. Oh, we're getting rid of TDM. We're just getting rid of that. It's not going to be in there anymore. That would not sit well with people. For me, for business-wise, I don't understand. I wouldn't go like, oh, this is the second most played, very, very popular with our gamers. Let's get rid of it. Let's put in something we have no idea how well it's going to do. And that's what they're doing, and I'm like, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense from a business standpoint. I know you want to push that search and rescue, and maybe if both of them were in there, if search and rescue and search and destroy were in there, it would be overshadowed. People would be naturally drawn to the search and destroy, and maybe overlooked search and rescue. But at the same time, you're taking a gamble. You're not giving the people that have built it up to this huge, monstrous game that it is, based on something that they've loved, something that they play every single time. Now, I hope, Treyarch, if you're watching any of these videos or you're getting any feedback, don't do this. I know it's a big risk, but don't just simply, to do experimental, to push something that you're kind of proud of, to take away such a huge chunk, something that's been part of the gaming community for so long. Like, I understand the idea behind it. That's probably why they're doing it. They don't want it to compete. They really want to give search and rescue. They're proud of it. They're proud of what. And you know what? To be honest with you, I like the idea. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to suck or whatever. People like to complain regardless before the game's even out. They already know how much they hate it when they haven't played a single minute of it. That's just the way people are. People like to whine and complain about everything. And maybe, just maybe, search and rescue is better. Maybe it's more refined. Maybe it offers something. It's a little bit of this kill confirmed, whatever. That one revive. I do kind of like the idea behind it. When I heard about it, I actually was excited to see what it was all about, to search and I'm like, you know what, that may actually not be too bad. Maybe it'll prolong the excitement of the game. If it's only just one revive, it's not too bad. It's not like constant going. You can revive someone and that's it, if that's the way it actually plays. And if not, who knows? Maybe it ends up being a way better game. Maybe there's more action, more energy into it because of that revive. People complain, and some people don't like playing Search and Destroy. They find it boring. Well, if you take more chances and you can actually get revived, it does make it more exciting. The guy's down in the middle of the opening. You can revive him. You have time to do that, but you got a sniper covering the body. Do you know, try and throw smoke? It adds to the game, and I see those possibilities. But at the same time, it's a roll of the dice. You don't know, Infinity Ward. You don't know whether or not this game is going to be more successful. And you've already got something. You've got Search and Destroy that people love playing. I love playing. I was excited to play it and create strategies and start doing stuff that I used to do, and now I can't. There's no point in doing strategies for Search and Destroy and Ghosts because hardly anyone will play it. If it's not in the public playlist, there's only going to be a small portion of people that will go into public and actually play it. And it's so hard to play against other people. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be in clans. You know, they have the clan wars. Maybe it's in there. But if it's not in the public playlist, I highly doubt it. So maybe they're doing it. And maybe they're doing it to refine it so that it looks better for competitive. Maybe that was the angle. Maybe they're like, you know what? Search and Destroy was okay, but it really wasn't a good fit for competitive. And maybe we're looking at this as another example of them sort of catering to the minority of the actual community. Catering again to the competitive. And I'm not harping on you guys in the competitive arena. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense when there's such a small percentage. When you make a competitive arena, it's based on the game. You don't change the game and make it's the competitive game and, oh, we also have it open to the public. That's not how it works. It's open to the public, you take what's available, and you make the competitive scene from that. But maybe that's what they're doing. They're like refining. They're like, this might be a little bit better for competitive, because you know that they're pushing it really big. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out in just, a few hours. Today, midnight launch. All of us, I know some people are already playing it. I'm not concerned about that, but, majority. I'm talking about the vast majority of the gamers are about to play it. So we're going to find out whether Search and Rescue indeed is. And if it's not, we better stomp our feet and scream as loud as we can and get that Search and Destroy back. I love that game mode. That was my #1 favorite game mode in Call of Duty. Always has been. And now it's gone. So believe me, I'm upset about this. I'm not happy. I see the possibilities of why they would do it. I'm not happy about it, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Search and Rescue is going to be all that. Infinity Ward, you better not have dropped the ball on this one, because people are going to scream and scream very, very loud.